What's up, YouTube family? I just wanted to spit out a quick video of some extra time to kill. I figured I'd throw some thoughts out there to you, kick some knowledge to you, get some opinions. First off, I want to say all my thoughts and prayers go out to Senator John McCain and his family and loved ones and friends, the lives that he touched. I remember John McCain years and years ago. I always thought he was a maverick. That's what he was described as. And as I started to follow his politics, I started to see how he got that name. But I knew as soon as this, devastating news came across, they were going to find some kind of way to tie it to Trump and make it more about President Trump than they did about honoring the memory of a great senator from Arizona. And it didn't take very long for them to start speaking about the discourse between he and John McCain, instead of focusing on the contributions that he made not only to the country but to the world in his heroic military history. Fake news is real, people, and the examples of them turning everything into something to bash President Trump has become a comic strip, because you can tell by the tick of the clock that it's going to be some kind of way that they turn against President Trump, and it's just going to be something that we have to live with for the next 2, hopefully 6 more years. Luckily, he's strong enough to take the criticism with a grain of salt. We've always been saying that we needed someone that wasn't a career politician to come in and clean things up. And we've got that. And now not just the news, but media in general are the limousine elites, the limousine liberals that come across and say, how much smarter and how much more knowledge they have over us, the common man. And regardless of how we feel, they continually tell us how stupid we are, how insignificant we are, how our opinions are idiotic just because we support the president. Now, to me, this is a little counterintuitive, because these media outlets and so-called news programs and news shows and news channels, comedians and talk shows are losing audiences, and they don't care. They don't care about the other half of their audience that they're offending. And some of them have even gone as far as saying, I don't want Trump supporters. And if that's the case, and that's the way you feel about blue collar Americans and Americans that work hard every day, that don't ride in limousines and don't have gated community homes, if that's the way you feel about everyday Americans, trust me, everyday Americans do not mind turning you off, because you're not a necessity in our lives. You are a benefit. Those of us that watch TV and want to watch something funny, there are other outlets. We can go to comedians in the past, and their whole shtick was not about the president, and it's gotten old. And the fact that if you call them on their BS, they say you're bullying them, but they continue to want to bash you with your opinions don't matter, your opinions are stupid, we know better, how dare you support this president. They're ignoring the economy. Blacks are ignoring the jobs that have been created, the industries that President Obama said were gone forever, were lost forever. They're coming back, and they're creating jobs, and that's going to uplift the black community, the black family, the structure. And blacks that are not supporting this president, you may be those ones that are better off than the ones that are struggling. But the ones that are looking for jobs and looking for leadership in their communities, jobs help those things. President Obama didn't care. Look at Chicago. So the media hiding these facts and deceiving us on the issues, and just blatantly not telling us what's going on with the president, the positive things that are going on, I see are dishonest. It's dishonest news. It's fake news. the talk shows, the Jimmy Fallons and Jimmy Kimmel's, the ones that, and even Kevin Hart here recently, the ones that are knocking the president are disregarding some of your audience. And I've really found that disheartening, because a lot of those shows I did watch previous to the Trump administration, when they weren't all about politics. There was more things going on, just like now there are more things going on than just the president. But they refuse to cover anything that's positive about the president, or they put a knucklehead spin on it where it seems like it's stupid that we actually support the president, or how throwed our president is. But regardless of the fact that he's not a career politician, he is doing some great things for the country. And it may be one of those things where 20, 25 years from now, when the pendulum has swung the other way, we're able to look at his administration more objectively, and to see things in a manner that he was able to make America great. We're not there yet. We're on our way there. We're making some steps. But having the media and the news be unbiased and be above board. Sure, he's not perfect. Sure, he pisses people off. Sure, he's a little crass. But has the media realized that maybe most Americans are crass? We're not perfect. There's no utopian society, that some of us are, in our own ways, imperfect. There's never going to be a perfect society. And President Trump has showed that you don't have to be perfect to run the government, to be a public official, to be president. You don't have to be perfect. Now, we know that the elite feel as though they are perfect. They have everything covered. They are offended by everything. They're on the latest and greatest news story. Yes, maybe they, in their own minds, they think they're perfect. But we as regular Americans are not perfect. And for once, it's good to have a president that's not perfect, but knows what he's doing. Even if he's not a career politician, he's getting the job done. He's a businessman. And in business can be nasty. Business can be crude. We finally have a president that represents not all of America, but a majority of America, since he got, he won the election, feel the way he does. We're not politically correct. We don't always have the couth that you feel like we should, those on the left. He doesn't always have the right words to say, just like most Americans, just like most real Americans. We're not perfect. We don't see things through rose-colored glasses. We have emotions, we have anger, we have issues, but we're still good people on the inside. I wish that our media and our news and the fake news, if that's what you want to call it, would see that the president represents an imperfect America. We're not perfect. We'll never will be perfect. But for once, it's good to see a president that represents America in its truest form. We're not perfect, but we do our best. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe. I'm going to continue to throw some knowledge, throw some videos out there. I'm going to be more frequent with it, just because I've kind of gotten away from doing it daily. But I want to hit you up every couple of days or so with a new video. So if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. Leave your thoughts and opinions. I'm glad to hear from you. Subscribe, and we'll get some dialogue going. And you have a great day, America.